4chan.
Oh my god! Ah! Ah!
Hello everyone, Squid of Baconator here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Pokémon Sage! Alright, so I got a little bit of free time, and I really wanted to do something for YouTube, but I couldn't really think of what, and I decided, hey, I heard about this one demo for a new Pokemon fan game called Pokémon Sage, and I thought, hey, I might as well give that a whirl. And honestly, after watching that intro, it's got me actually pretty excited to play this. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a regular Let's Play, like with Pokemon Resolute, but I will play this for at least 1 or 2 episodes to see what it's got and if I feel interested in playing it further when the full game comes out. Now, I don't know much about this game other than that this region is sort of based off Latin America, and from what I can tell from that intro, this is going to have new fan Pokemon instead of the regular ones that we've seen. I haven't really played one of those type of fan games yet, so that'll be pretty interesting. Now, with all that said, let's finally get right into the game. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Before we get no, I might need the controls since I have never played this game before. Okay, I'm good. Okay, no, I'm good. Everybody here is called the Pokemon Professor. If you're a professor, you're just called the Pokemon Professor, just pretty much mooching off of Professor Oak's title. But, whatever, looks like nobody can be original. Oh really, this is what we're gonna use to tell if you're a boy or a girl? Okay, I'm a boy. Right. Okay, I gotta say, I do really like that character design, that looks pretty cool. My name, I'm just gonna go by Squid, since I don't really want to say my real name for privacy reasons and other stuff I don't really want to go into. So, Squid it is. Sure, I guess I'm prepared. Alright, let's get to going. Okay, wow. I am actually really impressed with these graphics. They look very nice. Alright, who are you? Yeah, it's supposed to be surprised I'm going on my adventure, I guess. I don't really know. Alright, let's see what's here. I think I'll turn the text on fast so I can make this go a little bit faster. And, oh, we can do a couple different types of frames for these things. Alright, I'll go with that one. And we can even do a different font style. Huh. You know what, let's go with that one. Okay, now we're good. We're good. Alright, Mom, what do you want? Principia was over here not too long ago. She said Professor Mangrove has a surprise for you both. Remember how to get his lab right? It's just across the bridge. And good, we can get the right shoes pretty early. I hate when games like Pokemon Fire Red hold out on that for too long. It gets really slow. now we can run. Yay. No time to eat, there's adventuring to do. But if I don't get anything to eat, then I won't have enough energy to go on my adventure and I'm gonna starve to death. That's what you guys want to see, right? Me starving to death? Like, little snowman. I keep pressing X instead of C. That is not right. What do you want, kid? I want to build a snowman, but the snow's too wet.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Okay, this music sounds really nice. I'm really liking this first part to the soundtrack. It sounds very nice and pleasing. Of course we have to have the generic technology's incredible, blah blah blah, I'm a nerd. Okay, but what is he actually saying? I haven't actually read over this. People all over the world can connect and even work on projects they feel passionate about together. I guess that's sort of hinting at how everybody behind us is very passionate. That sounds nice. Like Sophia must be the other rival or something. Hey old man, what's up? There's another snowman. Don't know why that kid said he couldn't build a snowman when there's already a couple built. Alright. Hello old man, what do you want? Yep. Well, we're finally getting our new first Pokemon. Alright, I can go first, yay! That's how it always goes. Since I'm the protagonist and you are not, so I get the first pick because I'm better than you. What do you think of that? Alright, first Pokemon. Foliat, the fledgling Pokemon. So it looks like it's gonna be a grass flying. Kidling, the Tinder Pokemon. Fire type. And Agwade, the hatchling Pokemon. Okay, so I'm not sure. Who shall I pick?
But before I pick my starter, I really want to look at these three Pokemon in more detail. So for the moment, I would like to look at these three starters' stats, any other relevant information, and see if they're really worth anything or not. I will also be doing this with the rest of the obtainable Pokemon in this game. And yes, I know I'm pretty much copying what Chug Conroy does in his Let's Plays of Pokemon games. But hey, I want to do my own twist on this type of format since it is a really good format that Chug Conroy does when going over these Pokemon's bios. And I don't think anyone has really done that with a fan game, so I think this would really help my Let's Play stand out a little. So now let's go over the three starters. Starting off with
Foliat, the grass-type starter of this region. Out of the three starters, it has the highest special attack and speed of the group. However, the rest of its stats aren't very good. It doesn't really have that high defense, so it won't really be taking hits that well, and it doesn't really have the HP to help. As for its moves, it doesn't really learn too many good special attack moves until it evolves, then there's a lot better moves later on in the cycle. Now if you look at the first couple of gyms, Foliat is not the best Pokemon to use. The first two gyms are Ice and Steel, so Foliat is not really the best type to use, especially with it being grass and flying. It won't really be doing well there, and you're probably going to have a bit more of a challenge if you pick this starter. So if you want at least a little bit more of a challenge early on, then Foliat would be the one you would want to pick. But if you want
an advantage over some of the other Pokemon at the beginning, then you're not going to want to pick Foliat. There are a lot of ice types at the beginning, so that doesn't really help Foliat's case being a grass, and then a grass flying as it evolves. Overall, Foliat is an alright Pokemon, and it'll give you a little bit more of a challenge early on if you choose it. Next up, we have the Fire-type starter, Kidling. Kidling has the best attack of the group, but that's really the only stat that it really has over the others. It doesn't have the HP or defense as Agwe has, and it doesn't have the special attack or speed that Foliat has, so its main stat will just be attacking. That's not to say its stats are all bad, its special attack and speed are okay, just not as good as the others. Now with the first two gyms of the region being Ice and Steel, Kidling would be probably the best starter to pick for those two gyms early on, since it's the Fire type. Now one downside to Kidling is that its evolutions are Fire and Rock, which makes it quadruple weak to Ground and Water. So you're going to have a little bit of a hard time when you get to those type of Pokemon, so you're going to want to have something to counteract that. Overall, Kidling does look to be like a pretty decent Fire type. Lastly, we have Aguade. Out of the three starters, it has the highest HP and defense. Its attack is also okay, but everything else isn't very good. It is the slowest of the three starters, so you can probably expect it to not be first in some of the battles. Now with its water fighting typing and its later evolutions, there isn't really any quad weaknesses for that, so that can be seen as a positive over the other two starters, which both have quad weaknesses. The only big downside I can say for Aguade is most of its moves rely on it having a good attack stat, but its attack stat could be a little higher for it to be dealing more damage. Now, its attack stat is not bad, it just could be a little bit higher, especially when of water flying type, you're going to be dealing with a lot of physical type moves. And just like the other two stars, Aguade does seem like an okay Pokemon, but I'm not sure this is going to be the one I want to pick. Okay, after giving it some thought and also figuring out that the Fire type's final form will be Fire Rock, and the Water type's final form will be Water Fighting, I've decided to go with Kidling, the Fire type. No, I will not be doing nicknames because I am pretty unoriginal when it comes to them. And of course she picks the one that I'm weak to. Okay, I think I'm probably gonna have to battle her, so I might as well save and... Yep, here we go. Alright, both of these character designs are really nice. It's really well made. Alright, since I'm faster, I should be able to win. And it looks like I'm also dealing more damage to it. Overall, it looks like a pretty easy first battle. Sweet. Well, now we can also have the Pokemon following us, like in Heart Gold. I really need to stop pressing X instead of C or Z, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon. Anyways, I do really like this feature from Heart Gold on having your Pokemon walk around with you. I really wish that Pokemon did this more often, if not in most of their games, but I'm not sure if they're ever gonna really do that. Hopefully with the Pokemon game on the Switch they do this, but I'm not sure if that's gonna end up happening. Alright, let's take a look at this Pokemon and see what its stats are. Okay, so it actually has pretty weak defense, but high attack and speed. Alright, let's finally begin our journey on Route 1. And now we reach Fawning, the normal type Pokemon that's always at the beginning of the game. As far as its stats go, it has pretty decent attack, defense, and speed, while not really having much good in anywhere else, especially in special attack. Now, special attack isn't really necessary for this Pokemon, mainly because it only learns physical attack moves, which is good because a lot of Pokemon in the main games tend to have stats like, for example, a high attack, but it learns mostly special attack moves, which feels like a waste. So far, from what I've seen, none of the Pokemon really have that problem, so I gotta give props to the people behind this game for that. Now, Fawning is not really a Pokemon I can really see you using if you use Kidling or Aguade. If you use Foliat, then you might be able to get some use for it. It learns Double Kick at level 11, so it could help you if you choose Foliat, and if you want something to help you deal damage in the Ice and Steel type gyms. And also it does learn a couple different moves like Bite, Ice Fang, and Jump Kick later on, so it learns more than just normal type moves. Overall, while it does have a couple positives, I can only see you really using it if you have a Foliat as your starter. Let's just ignore her plea of, hey, the Pokemon in here are tough, I don't really care, I'll go anywhere. Wild encounters, there are plenty of them. Well, anyways, this Pokemon looks like a rock type. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself there because, as I'll find out later in the recording, Pebblelosa is not a rock type, it is a normal type. However, it does evolve into a normal rock type, which ends up giving it a quad weakness to fighting. As far as its stats go, it has some pretty decent HP and attack for the beginning of the game, and even defense and speed are alright. The only thing it's really lacking on is special attack and special defense. However, one problem with this Pokemon is it doesn't really learn any good moves until level 20, which is Smackdown, a rock type move. Before then, it doesn't learn any rock-type moves or any good physical attack moves, so you're gonna be struggling for a little while until you get Smackdown at level 20. I wish I could say you can use it for the first gym if you use Foliat, but because of it learning Smackdown so late, I'm not sure it will be of use, unless you spend a long time grinding it up to that level. But if you get to that point, it does end up starting to learn some pretty good moves. But early on, I'm not sure it would be of any use unless you get one with pickup for your team to just give you some items. So yeah, not too much can really be positive about this Pokemon. I'd like it if it would stop following me every 5 feet. Alright, new Pokemon, Cub-Zero. It looks like it might be an Ice type. Yep, we just reached the first Ice type in the beginning of the game. Now, I don't have too many negative things to say about Cub-Zero. From what I've seen so far, it does look like a pretty good Pokemon. Not only does it have good attack, but it has enough speed to help it get first in battle and deal some damage. And its HP, defense, and special defense are all pretty decent too. The only negative thing on the stats is it has pretty low special attack, but that's pretty unnecessary since it mainly learns just physical type moves. Now, the only downside I can really say about Cub-Zero is that it doesn't really learn a wide variety of moves outside of normal, ice, and dark type. So what you see is what you get. Just pretty much ice and dark type moves is what you're gonna use with it. But the moves it learns are pretty good. And with an overall design I like, especially with its evolution, Cub-Zero is going to be the new addition to my team. Alright, let's take a look at it.
Alright, it only has Scratch and Growl, but it is an Ice type, and I think that will be nice to have for a little while. Now, before I go any further, I think I'm gonna head back and see if there's any place to heal my Pokemon. Lastly, we got Harpy, the regional normal flying type bird. Now before I get any further, I know there's still a couple Pokemon on this route and in Waterfall Cave that I've yet to go over, but I don't want this episode to drag out for too long, so these Pokemon that I have not gone over will be looked at the beginning of episode 2, so look forward to that. Now back to Harpy. It does have good attack and speed, so it will be dealing damage and fast, but it has pretty much pathetic stats everywhere else. It may deal damage, but it will not be taking hits very well. Now, in its final evolution, its stats do get raised up to acceptable amounts, and it does learn some pretty good moves over its lifespan, but this is not a Pokemon I can really recommend for you to get early on. I'm sure it will be available later on in the game at higher levels, so for now I can't really recommend this Pokemon. And another wild Pokemon, yay! There are too many of these right now. I like hats, they're comfy and easy to wear. You're just like the Shorts kid, but with a hat. Okay, you're original. You're so original. And that's the Pokemon we saw at the beginning of the game, and it looks really weird. I'm not really sure how I feel about that one. And I use Tail Whip for no reason because it ends up rising its defense. There we go, level 7, and we learn Ember. Finally got a fire-type move. That was so fun. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. I think I went through that a little too quick, but I'll just go back to it in a still frame. And Cub Zero's at level 7. Okay, so now it looks like we got an ice type looking like a penguin. Alright, I think I'll make this the last battle of the episode, and we'll cut from here. Bluffin', I am not sure what type that is, so I'll just throw back Kindling back out. Okay, so it looks like it's another ice type, which gets taken down in one hit. That's good. Ooh, we got ice. Fitting how we get an ice seal after sliding on some ice. And another cave. Alright, I think I'll stop right here, so thank you all for watching this first part to my Let's Play of Pokémon Sage. So far, I am really enjoying this game right now. It looks nice, it sounds nice, and so far the Pokémon designs look pretty cool too. Now, I want to know, what do you guys think of this game so far? Does it look interesting and does it make you want to play it? Or does it not look very good and makes you want to stay away from it? I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys some other time.